Hey guys, and welcome back to Smart Money Minds. For those joining me for the first time, my name is Ben, and on this channel, we're going to be talking about how to be a consistently profitable trader in any market scenario and condition. And before we continue, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified for more videos. Without further ado, I'm going to jump into this video and talk about how the war on Ukraine from Russia is affecting the market. What is going up and what is going down? The stock market works in funny ways because one event can be very favorable for one company or one industry, while it's completely the opposite for another industry. So in the Russia's war on Ukraine here, we have overall stock market weakness. Now, the tech and growth stocks are weak. We have a lot of uncertainty in the market. There's threat of nuclear war. I'm going to go through what are some of the most likely scenarios that are to happen in this war and how it will affect the market in each scenario. As you know, inflation is at an all-time high. Even though with the uncertainty of Ukraine, the federal chair, Jerome Powell, is still saying they're going to have some rate hikes coming soon. And those are being priced in right now, and that's what's causing a lot of weakness in the market, along with the uncertainty of the war in Ukraine. What we are seeing right now is that oil and precious metals are moving up in price. So we have a national average for a gallon of gas is at $4. In Canada here, we have $2 per liter, which is at an all-time high. And just look at companies like Exxon or Chevron here, which are oil companies, and they're moving continuously up. Now we are looking at gold. This is a gold ETF 2 times. This is the gold tracker here. Everything's moving up in precious metals. This goes the same with energy stocks because energy is getting more and more expensive. What is weak is tech and growth stocks. So a lot of the FANG stocks, a lot of things like PayPal or Zoom, those are being very weak. But everything else is kind of relatively uncertain right now. So in my opinion, these are the 3 main scenarios that can happen in the near future. So the first one is Ukraine is getting conquered by Russia. We have Putin losing power and the war ends. Or we have a possible nuclear strike and possible World War III. So let's talk about scenario 1 and how that affects the market. So Ukraine is conquered by Russia. Ukraine loses, Russia takes over. So the market uncertainty will continue as fear grows even stronger in the West because all the countries after Ukraine is going to be Poland, Latvia, all the NATO countries, and they're all going to have troops stationed there. The market, I believe, is going to continue to chop around. We're going to have rate hikes that may stall because the West is going to prepare for war and that they may not have time to deal with stuff like inflation at this moment. And we could have growth stocks that could hit a new all-time low. Then we're likely going to have a Cold War situation, something like between South and North Korea right now, where they have borders that are fortified. They're going to be collections of troops everywhere on the borders of those NATO countries. And we're going to see energy prices continue to increase as the world divides further. We're going to be less dependent on Russia's oil and resources as well as China's, because we depend on a lot of Russia's oil. The second scenario I'm going to see here could be that Putin loses power and the war ends. And this is a very bullish case because let's say he gets overthrown by his political colleagues, he gets assassinated, somehow he loses power. At that point, the market will bounce with strength. That includes the US market and likely the Russian market as well. Currently, this is an ETF tracking the Russian market, and it has dropped significantly since the start of the war. It is below a technical indicator, which is the lower Bollinger Band, on the 3rd deviation, so that's very, very far extended. And if Russia or Putin gets overthrown, I could definitely see this bounce right back up. So with all the markets bouncing with strength, we're going to see rate hikes mostly priced in because that's what's been happening since last year pretty much. We're going to be back to normal business, and depending on the new Russian government, business could boom stronger than before. We could have Russian market bounces. Energy prices could drop as the world unifies again. So we'll see things like gold and oil prices start to decline again, while tech and other growth industries start to boom again. Now, the last scenario is the most horrifying scenario, which is a nuclear strike and possible World War III. So we've seen that Putin can be a bit crazy and attacking, for example, the the Ukrainian nuclear power plant and shooting missiles at it. Let's say that a nuclear strike happens, whether it's at the nuclear power plant or Russia starts shooting nukes. Likely, hopefully, they will be intercepted and destroyed in midair, but NATO will definitely go to war at that stage. We will have markets that will drop further initially, so there'll be a major dip down due to that uncertainty, but it will likely reverse once the war starts getting underway and some decisions are made towards what they're going to do with Russia. We will see things like war industries will begin to boom, like Boeing. We have Lockheed Martin, Smith & Wesson, things that produce and manufacture things for war and conflict. Those guys will start to increase in prices in their stock market. And things like precious metals will likely to increase because war uses a lot of minerals and resources. And so by having less supply of that, prices are going to continue to move up. So that's my analysis of what I believe are the scenarios for this war to end. And in the comments below, let me know what your comments are, what your thoughts are about this war, and also what do you think will happen of the three scenarios? What's the most likely scenario that you guys are imagining? Leave a comment below, and if you would like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys next time.